We're gonna do we're almost done here. We're gonna do a few agree or disagrees, and then we're gonna do the rest of them on the Patreon.
Correct.
So that'll be on Friday's episode. All right.
You ready?
Yep.
John Walker is stronger than Steve Rogers.
3, 2, 1.
Some discourse online about it.
Yeah, because he did that jump.
Yes.
You don't think Steve could have done that?
I'm just going to bring up the arguments from the internet because I don't know how well versed you are on this. The big argument is the jump. We never see Steve do anything like that. And another thing is, Steve is where Steve is at physically in Captain America 1, right? He's a little guy, really skinny, not very capable physically. When John Walker was peak human pre-serum, and there is an argument to be made that the Flag Smasher serum is stronger than the Erskine serum because the Flag Smashers are able to subdue Bucky, who, is obviously ridiculously strong multiple times in Falcon Winter Soldier. So that is the argument. That being said, Steve Rogers is Steve Rogers. He stops the Infinity Gauntlet for like 2 seconds. He throws the shield. I just think he has better feats. We haven't seen John Walker do anything that's crazy strong. We've seen Captain America hold an helicopter.
Yeah.
Like it's...
He had big biceps in that scene.
The shirt was 2 sizes too small to especially accent those.
It was just right.
Those are the decisions that the Russo brothers make.
That's
why they make the best.
This is why they're the goats. They choose the right shirt sizes for Chris Evans.
Correct. So yeah, Steve Rogers is stronger. To be determined, I guess. Until we see
him in a tiny little shirt fighting a helicopter, I'm not going to say that he's better.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
Right. And frankly, if I love Wyatt Russell and I think he's excellent as John Walker, but I'd be embarrassed seeing him try and hold a helicopter down.
Yeah. What, holding his little taco shield? Get out of here.
Get out of here. Wicked for Good will be better than Wicked Part 1. The reason I'm doing this, you did just recently watch
the play.
Let
me just start saying mad spoilers.
Yeah, please don't spoil anything for our audience that hasn't seen it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I love you.
It's the only reason being the first one was a 10 out of 10. So it's going to be so hard for it to be better. But if we're talking like story-wise, and no spoilers, it has a chance. It obviously has a chance, but I'm just not going to assume that something is going to be more peak than the peak that we already got.
I find the first half of the show significantly more compelling and interesting than the second half. You disagree?
Well, I've only seen it once,
and
it was kind of confusing. But my main takeaway was, whether it was the first half or the second half, I think the movie's going to do it better because the movie did the first half way better.
Way better.
So, yes, maybe the second half was a little bit more confusing and not as compelling, but I think it will be way less confusing and way more compelling in the movie.
Yep.
So it has a chance.
Interesting.
I just cooked.
You did. You cooked. AI is bad. Sorry, getting on my soapbox. I'm pushing my agendas forward. 3, 2, 1.
It depends on the context, obviously.
ChatGPT uses so much energy that the U.S. is literally reversing course on coal and gas usage to make up for it.
So do cars. You use cars all the time.
In Santa Clara, for example, data centers use 60% of the entire city's electricity. ChatGPT uses 1 to 3 bottles of water for cooling every query that you put into it. This is fresh water which is evaporated and eventually mostly returns to the ocean, effectively removing a lot of it from our already dwindling freshwater supply on the planet. It also consumes 17,000 more times electricity than the average American home. The AI boom wastes so much electricity that we are very immediately risking U.S. cities to having rolling blackouts just to keep up with the energy demands as early as next year. Gen AI's water usage is projected to hit 6.6 billion meters cubed by 2027. Cars do not do that. Thank you very much. Also, it's anti-art. AI is bad. Stop using AI. Stop using ChatGPT. Don't make yourself a little Studio Ghibli image. Don't do any of that. It's bad for the environment, and it's bad for people, and it's bad for artists. Stop it.
Why do you use AI to caption our videos?
Is that what that is?
What do you think it is?
I use the non-AI feature on the Captions app.
There's a little button that you can switch that says no AI.
I'll show you. I'm sure it does use AI to do it. But, right, you click on a video, and then you do it. And then it's like, add captions, and then you have the AI edit, which is a different thing. And then, right, so that's a different tab. This is manual edit.
I think AI just adds more things, that tab. But
I'm sure. And there are plenty of things like medicine, where AI is responsible for breakthroughs, where it like it does the trajectory and it's like, oh, this drug is going to do this many trials and this and that. That's good. But AI, the way it's been generally used lately, which is like making yourself a Studio Ghibli image, or, putting, Adolf Hitler in a Florida Panthers jersey, or making Donald Trump wear...
You'd be fine with that if it was a 49ers jersey, though.
No, I wouldn't. Just draw it. Or Photoshop it poorly. Those are funnier.
So why don't we hire someone to do the captions?
We do pay for the app. No, yeah.
The AI app?
Yeah.
That's causing energy to be used?
You're cooking. I've just always used it, and that was 2023, and AI was different then.
Well, AI is always going to be different. That's part of, like, technological evolution. Mm-hmm. People were saying, like, the same things about technology 40 years ago, like phones, and the fact that they're...
Radiation,
and kids are making them in sweatshops in China that's... poisoning our ozone layer, and those are still all problems, but everyone uses iPhones.
Yeah, you're right.
You use an iPhone.
Yeah.
I agree with you on the art thing, like, especially big studios should. This is something we need to be careful with. Obviously, there are a bunch of negatives. I just think there's also a bunch of positives with AI, and with any new technology, there's going to be both. So you just need to be careful with it. But I'm not. That's why I said agree and disagree. I think there's positives and negatives. I'm not ready to paint one in black and white. Paint it in black and white either way. Can I do one?
Yeah.
This will probably be the last one, unless you want to do one more. We can do one more each. You good with that? Phineas and Ferb's intro is better than the Teen Titans intro. I've got a couple follow-ups. 3, 2, 1. Trash. No. 104 Days of Summer Vacation.
I think 104 Days of Summer Vacation is wonderful. It's a wonderfully constructed song, and it's very catchy. And it fits the vibe of the show. I could say a million positives about the Phineas and Ferb theme song, but I am in the opinion that the Teen Titans theme song is top 10 theme songs for a show all time.
Well, I think Phineas and Ferb is top 10 theme songs.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb's intro is better than X-Men 97.
Oh, Andrew.
3, 2, 1.
No.
Yep. Phineas and Ferb's intro is better than Daredevil.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I'll give you that one.
Okay, great. Well, you're 1 for 3.
The X-Men 97 one I can't give you.
They're all peak.
Is so iconic.
Yeah, so is 104 Days of Summer Vacation.
Yes, but
like giving a monkey a shower, brother.
Yeah. I know all the words.
Making a theme song. Great.
Can you do all the words without like having it playing? Can you do it right now?
Probably not.
Oh. So 104 days of summer vacation, and school comes along just to end it. So the annual problem for our generation is finding a good way to spend it. Like maybe building a rocket, or
fighting a mummy,
or fighting a mummy, or
climbing up the Eiffel
Tower, discovering something that doesn't exist, or giving a monkey a shower, surfing tidal waves, creating nanobots, and locating Frankenstein's brain. It's over here.
Fighting a dodo bird,
creating... I know the next one is driving our sister insane, but what's that one?
Bird, painting a continent, or driving our sister
insane.
As you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff to do
That's
before school starts this fall. So stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all. Stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it. Mom! Phineas and Ferb are making a title sequence.
It's good.
Peak. Can't be peak if you haven't watched the show in, 10 years and you still remember it? Just saying.
It's a good argument.
Although, I could sing the Teen Titans one too. All right, one more for you. Teen Titans, go! But that's all that one is, really, isn't it? No, there's a lot of there's a lot in that one. That's a great song.
This is a long one. Should I do maybe a shorter one? This
one, do a short one.
Talking for
we'll do the long one on the Patreon.
That'll be the first one on the Patreon. All right. Here we go. I would go to school at Hogwarts.
3, 2, 1.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. Kill me.
I don't care about the Death Eaters.
Paralyze.
I don't care about the Basilisk.
Paralyze me with the Basilisk.
I don't care about the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Suck my soul out. Talking about the Death Eaters, not Hermione.
Dementors.
Yep.
But
Dementors,
I'm sorry about Hermione.
No, stop it. No. I don't care about the werewolves. I don't care about the centaurs.
I don't care that Snape's a dick. I want to be in potions class.
Don't care about the mandrakes.
I want to do Defense Against the Dark Arts, Expelliarmus. I want to do all of it.
The only one I care about, Dolores Umbridge, but I'm going Fred and George on her.
ASS.
Yeah, throwing some fireworks in the air.
I'm knocking down all those plaques on that wall.
Frick your cats.
Frick her cats.
Yeah. No, it'd be an adventure.
So much fun. And underrated. Hogwarts uniforms are good.
They're cute.
Right, you have the suit and tie and the sweater and then the robe. Are you
Quidditch?
me? Oh, forget about it. I wouldn't be able to play Quidditch, but I would. You better believe I'd be betting on it.
Yeah, you'd run like a secret.
Be all over that.
Yeah,
the over under for Gryffindor to get the snitch. Are you shitting me?
And how many people really die?
Not that many.
Until the end, until book 7.
Yeah, the Battle of Hogwarts, a lot of people die.
I'll take a vacation on book 7.
Exactly.
Right, I'll stay home.
Lavender Brown gets eaten by Fenrir, Greyback.
Does she really?
Yeah, she gets eaten.
And Cedric Diggory. My boy! Yeah, he gets effed up.
Well, a lot of people die in the last one.
Yeah, I'm saying, no, I'm not saying the last one. Before
the
then.
Last one. Yeah,
some people get paralyzed, but they come back.
Yeah, they come back because of the mandrakes.
Right. And then Cedric Diggory.
Cedric dies. Sirius dies, but he's not a student.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Order of the Phoenix, the film came out in like 2008.
Dumbledore dies, but he wanted to.
Dumbledore dies, but he wanted to.
Yeah, I can't even. Who are we missing?
Like students, I can't think of any
Cho Chang, didn't she? She brushed a necklace that was.
It's not Cho Chang, it's a different Asian girl. You're a racist.
Ooh, no. Yep. And that's it for this episode.
All right, we'll move on to Agree or Disagree. Agree or Disagree, your favorite segment. A segment
first time
that you have never done before.
Yeah.
You know the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm just going to start. Agree or Disagree? Disney has done more damage to Star Wars than good.
Frick.
Anytime or altogether?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
Agree.
So,
You're Siege of Mandalore meat writer. There's no way
and
you're
I'm
saying.
an Andor meat writer, and I'm a meat writer for Tales of the Jedi, and there's a couple things that Disney has done that I really, really like. But the word is damage.
Yes, but here's the thing. The only reason I said agree, obviously I think there's probably more bad Disney Star Wars than there is good. I said disagree. I think they have done more good. Is just the fact that they're continuing it. You know what I mean? They're making anything.
Because we didn't have anything for you.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they're making anything, and they're making parks, and they're making rides and shows and more merch, and we've got Mandalorian and Grogu and Andor. Just the fact that and some of it's bad. Acolyte's terrible. Whatever. I hate The Last Jedi. I hate it.
Yeah.
Just the fact that we're getting something means we're getting more Star Wars, and Star Wars is continuing, and I think that's a good thing, even if a lot of it is bad and very damaging. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If we're talking about just in terms of quality, do I think there's more good than bad? I probably think there's more bad.
Yeah.
But the fact that the bad even exists, I think, is some sort of a positive.
Okay. What's your take?
I think they've made up for more of the damage that happened, with the sequels. I think what they've created now, especially with Clone Wars, I think Clone Wars is on the top up there to kind of fixing everything. But, even with Ahsoka, I enjoyed Ahsoka so much. For me, I've never lost the feeling that Star Wars gives me when I watch it too, even if it is something bad that I don't necessarily like. There's some moments in Book of Boba Fett that I just do not like, but there's moments that I really do like, obviously with the Luke and Mando episodes in there. So the feeling that it gives me has not damaged that in any type of way. I don't think they've damaged it enough to where it's it's not made me appreciate Star Wars for what I'm watching as well too.
The reason I said agree, and this is something that I've been, I don't know, when I wrote this, I planned this episode over a year ago, I probably would have said disagree. But let's think about the stuff that we've named major positives, okay? Andor, amazing thing that they did. Siege of Mandalore, right? Yeah. Season 7 of the Clone Wars at all, right?
Phenomenal.
Some of these positives, right? I could name a million, right? I like Last Jedi, obviously. You guys don't. I don't like Rogue One, but you love it, right? Even the positives, there are such glaring negatives. with every single one. Season 7 of the Clone Wars, you get the last 4 episodes. Well, yeah, you get the Rafa Martez sisters arc, which is arguably the worst arc in all of Clone Wars, right? And I love Andor so much. But Andrew and I have said this before on the podcast. Why the fuck is that the one you gave a fuck about? And you gave Obi-Wan and Boba Fett the middle finger and made 2 of the not good Star Wars projects for 2 iconic characters, but the co-lead from Rogue One gets the $600 million show with the good writing and the good direction and the good sets, etc., etc. So it's like, even where I'm like, yes, Disney, you knocked it out of the park, I'm like, what the fuck are we thinking? Constantly. I don't know if you heard the report this week that there was a young Palpatine show in development and they scrapped that. And yet, what was the Star Wars show we got last year? Fucking Skeleton Crew. Yes, I liked Skeleton Crew. It's cute. I like Neil a lot. Whatever. But like, why in the world are we going forward with John Watts' Goonies in Star Wars? But we're not doing Tom Hiddleston as young Palpatine? Like, seriously, what is the plan here? What is the thought process? Yeah.
I think they're starting to... I mean, I feel like they've always kind of taken notes from fans, but especially after Celebration, I think now it's like a huge thing for them is listening to the fans, seeing what they want,
listening to the fans is how we got Rise of Skywalker. I just want to tell you that. No, not They had a plan for...
They were listening to the wrong fans then.
You're the wrong fans then. You don't like Last Jedi, neither does he. They listen to those people. You.
I wouldn't have given those notes for the Rise of Skywalker.
No, nobody should have. But that's what happened. Everybody was mad that Rey was a nobody. Everybody was mad that Luke threw away the lightsaber. Everybody was mad about all this, that you killed Snoke, so you bring back the Emperor, all these terrible things. They listened to all of the complaints about Last Jedi and said, no problem. And that's what Rise of Skywalker is. JJ I don't like listening to the fans. I don't think Ahsoka's that good. I think Ahsoka's like a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's bad. But
you think Ahsoka's better than Revenge of the Sith?
Oh, I guess not. But I'm nicer to shows than movies. I don't know. Just listening to Star Wars fans are the worst.
Yeah,
it is the worst community in the world.
By far the worst.
So it's like, listening to Star Wars fans doesn't seem like a good idea.
I wouldn't say necessarily like when it comes to the writing, but just like certain things specifically when it comes to characters too. I think they have it on point, especially what was it? When I was watching Andor, I thought of you the same thing about Obi-Wan. I was like, watching Andor, you're seeing the quality of both the sets and the writing, and it's like, why are we not putting this money towards Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen? Coming back after what, 10, 15 years, whatever it was, 20 years, it's crazy. Mind-boggling.
Yep.
General Grievous is an underappreciated villain. 3, 2, 1. Damn. Design-wise, I love him, everything like that. I don't think he's an underappreciated. I think he's properly rated.
I think if they gave him, like, they gave Darth Maul so much love. Like he made a cameo in Solo, and he
Clone
came
Wars
back in Clone Wars.
His show basically.
And Rebels.
Yeah, that's true.
And like he spoke less in his movie than General Grievous spoke in his. You know what I mean? Like he has like 2 lines in Phantom Menace. I think the design and like his backstory, he's so interesting with like the fact that he's basically a machine, but also he wasn't. You know, I feel like there's more you could do with him.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I would love. Even watching your guys' last video about doing the series too, touching base on that too. I think the whole idea of him being like a foreshadow for Anakin too, and like the whole his armor is supposed to affect the way he is, or he's never fully comfortable. I love the idea of that too, but I think he's one character, especially with this. Like you could just do so much with him animation wise. And we saw a little bit in Tales of the Empire too, but it was just such a little snippet. But he is also one of those characters that is kind of like Yoda in a way, like maybe we're too afraid of them touching him and making him even worse. But I don't know, with animation, I think it's pretty hard to screw up Grievous. I think he's just going to look good, especially with the animation
and he's so good in this.
Oh yeah. And even just watching Revenge, those eye scenes when they get close up to him too, it's just
his voice.
It would be great to see him in live action again, but I don't think you ever really could bring him in.
When he absolutely owns those people at the start of the Clone Wars movie. Shaggy.
You're talking about the animated? Shaggy and Kiadi-Mundi.
Dude.
They're in the back of his shirt. Shakti's in there.
That scene made me
when he comes down to the smoke.
And he's like,
and
he grabs that one person's face and just
I don't think the Clone Wars really portrays him as like a terrifying character too. Like I don't think he's necessarily as scary. The only scenes I remember of him being scary was when they're in his lair and they're like showing the way he's built and stuff. He's crawling on the walls and stuff too. But
yeah, they can do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, it would be like, and Tails was somewhat threatening too. But
I appreciate that. I think it's good writing that Grievous is the most feared character in the time of the Clone Wars to like the regular person, but that he's a total bitch and a pussy with Jedi. I think that's really good writing. I think that's fun, and that the trophies, it's just because of his insecurities. I think all of that is super, super fun. But yeah, I want to see him with a clone trooper. Like I want to see him be threatening and scary, like we're saying. Yeah. Last one. The Last Jedi ruined Luke Skywalker. 3, 2, 1. Disagree. Oh, yeah. Why do you say disagree?
I think it's definitely not the route. I don't even know what type of route I would have even wanted them to take, but it hasn't ruined it for me because I would have probably not liked The Mandalorian, what he was in as well too. I think if The Last Jedi ruined it enough for me, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed him in Mando as well. But
he's the Luke we get in Mando is not the Luke we get in The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So that's why you enjoy it in Mando.
Yeah, but I don't think it's ruined the legacy or the character of Luke Skywalker, though. I don't think it's ruined Luke for me. I definitely have all of my pretty much the same disagreements as you have as what to Luke is doing and who he is. I don't think that is within his character, but yeah, I don't think it's necessarily ruined it for me. But I'm definitely not a fan of what they did with him for sure.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I think it's just the way the sequels are set up in general, where it's just kind of a repeat of a bunch of stuff, and you kind of told a story in which like The Last Jedi kind of had to do some of that stuff maybe. So I kind of blame the sequels in its entirety, not just The Last Jedi. And also like I think some of the things are annoying, but I don't think it ruins his character in its entirety because of that. I think there are other problems with the movie that also make it bad.
I don't think he would have ever gotten that low to the point where he did in The Last Jedi. I think it's very Luke of him to come back when people need him the most, but him being a hermit is what I think hurt his character and isn't very much of a Luke kind of thing. I think he's
planet just like Yoda.
I think he's open to helping anyone and anything, especially when it comes to a relative too. After seeing what he did with Vader, I don't see how he could make the same mistake with Ben too and let it go that easy.
Well, I completely disagree with the statement you just made. I just like so fundamentally, like on every level, I think that what you just said is stupid. But that's interesting about the hermit thing. The hermit thing isn't very Luke. You're kind of cooking there.
I don't like it. Unless he's just following after Yoda and, learning what he did, exiling himself.
Well, what's your biggest problem with Last Jedi? Real quick to finish up, and then we'll call it. What's your biggest problem with Last Jedi? It doesn't have to be something individual. It could be something overarching. Because I think his biggest problem will surprise you, and that'll lead to the Patreon.
My biggest problem with The Last Jedi. For me, I remember being in the theater, is all of the space stuff, the whole space chase. Of them
the chase, that it's the super slow chase. They can track them through hyperspace.
Like that.
You just found it boring?
Yeah, just incredibly boring, especially when they're up in the ship too, and all of those scenes with Poe trying to take over and all that. I just think it's unnecessary. I don't understand that for the plot too. Yeah.
All right. You know what his biggest problem with Last Jedi is? It's going to surprise you.
Is it the fight scene?
No.
Is it Luke?
Luke is a big problem.
Is it Luke sucking?
I think I gave Force Awakens a pass because it was a carbon copy of A New Hope, right?
Because it's the first one.
Right. It's the first one. They're trying to get people back. If you want to do some things that are the same, whatever. Last Jedi is a carbon copy of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Yeah, and like almost shot for shot in some ways.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? Have you ever heard that before? In your life?
I'm trying to even think of scenes.
It's like while I was watching, I was like, "We're just doing this again."
Wow.
Isn't that wild? You've never heard that before,
no.
right?
Okay, I'll explain it on the page.
Yeah. We left agree or disagree over there.
I'll grab it.
Okay. Check the phone while you're
so
up.
unprofesh, Alex.
I know. That's your fault. This is where it's going to start getting heated, all right,
this
Bubba?
is great.
Is it in the right order?
So whatever you want, whatever he says.
Whatever he says. It's just agree, disagree. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's a visual gag.
Gotcha.
All right, here we go. We got agree or disagree here.
My favorite segment.
Your favorite segment. It's not my favorite segment, but that's okay. So we've got. I'm gonna say a bunch of phrases, and we're gonna agree or disagree. Okay.
Give it to me.
And then fight. Not physically.
And then not physically.
With
our minds.
With our minds.
Even though it just got delayed, we're gonna start with this one. Kraven the Hunter with Aaron Taylor Johnson looks terrible. 3, 2, 1. Agree. Disagree. Disagree.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think it looks terrible. Saying it looks terrible is a little wild.
It looks like rated R Morbius.
Which sounds
which sounds pretty good. They do
sounds better than Morbius.
Saying it looks terrible is wild. I think I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's a good actor. I think he wouldn't be in the movie if he didn't actually care about the movie.
Yep.
I mean, you could say that about Jared Leto because Jared Leto's an Oscar winner, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, why would he join a Morbius movie?
Yep.
But I don't think it looks terrible. I think it's the same tropes as Sony did with Morbius. But I mean, I think it's gonna pull some kind of fans.
He watched the trailer and was thinking it was stupid the whole time. I watched the trailer and thought it was pretty stupid, but also looked pretty amazing. Like him running a car down and ripping the doors off. And
yeah,
I am also a comics guy, and so
are you sure?
You
sure you're a comics guy?
What is this kind of question?
Are you sure you're a comics guy? I've seen some pretty 50-50 takes, man. I don't know.
Yeah, the takes have nothing to do with it.
The takes have nothing to do with you reading the actual source material?
Yeah.
You were just trying to explain your take by explaining how you're a comics guy, and that was the reason.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't read comics, but I know comics, but I still have great takes.
Craven, you don't have good takes. Well, this is a bad take you just started out with. Craven looks terrible. First of all, he's too little. You're the big guy. You don't think he's 5 inches too short and 100 pounds too light?
Okay, so put him in comparison to Tom Holland. Tom Holland's like 5'5". So you put him next to Tom Holland Spider-Man, he's looking pretty big.
But he doesn't have a Spider-Man, which is another poor decision.
Yeah, but we just got to go with that.
Do you like the Venom movies?
They're fit. I mean, when you start going off the Eminem soundtrack, I think you lose the luster. But Tom Hardy cares about Venom. I like an
Tom
actor.
Hardy's great. Okay, so you don't like either Venom movie that much or Morbius, but you have hope for the 4th installment of a villain Spider-Man Sony film?
I have hope. I have hope for every comic book movie.
I like the Venom movies.
Do you have hope for the Marvels? I have hope for the Marvels. I think the Marvels looks kind of good.
Why do you think it looks good? Tell me why it looks good.
I really like Miss Marvel. I liked that show.
You watched the show from start to finish?
Yes. I really enjoyed it.
I watched the first episode and watched the last episode. I understood the show wasn't for me, which 100%. I understand that.
Yeah.
Like I said, the actor really she knows comics.
Yeah, she's great.
She knows comics.
She's like my number one dream guest for the pod.
No, she's great.
I'd love to have her on.
Yeah,
I know.
She'd do it in this scenario too. She'd 100% do it. She would do it in this
I want to do a trivia challenge against her because I've seen her interviews where she nails.
She's
Marvel trivia.
She probably knows Marvel more than anybody that's making the movies.
Yeah.
100%. She's the one yelling at Kevin Feige that it's Earth 1999.
Oh, bro, you didn't even mention the Kevin. I had a Kevin Feige rant when I first started. Kevin Feige's hairline, man. That was like number 2. It was Ned Lee's and Kevin Feige's hairline. I was like, Kevin Feige, fix your hairline before you're making movies, man. Because
well, that's why he's the hat guy. He's the hat guy before
He's
the
number 1 hat guy.
Yeah, I know. I aspire to be him.
Just so we're clear. Hair is great here. No balding, everything.
You look great.
I'm very jealous.
Make sure.
I'm only wearing a hat because 1, I'm repping the Mets, and 2, we got a hat.
You're a Mets fan?
I am a Mets fan, man.
You're from Tallahassee. What did the Mets have to do with Tallahassee?
I love New York. I got family in New York.
All right, I'll give it to you.
And I'm not going to be a Yankees fan.
Well, no, certainly not.
No, yeah.
Especially not with the year they're having. But the Mets aren't having a good year either.
Yeah, but I'm used to that.
That's true.
Disappointment.
That's true.
All right.
I don't know. Anyway, Kraven does not look terrible.
Okay.
I think it's got a 50-50 shot of making some money.
Okay.
Yeah.